back when you were youngsters and were learning Algebra 1, the way you would solve these equations is how? Like the first one, for example, if I have the square root of x equal to, how would I solve that for x? Now you're solving for x, right? How would you solve that for x? Remember? Remember? No? Anyone? Anyone? Bueller. Bueller. You would, yeah, you would square both sides, right? Because the power of 2 cancels out that radical, and we get x equal 4. That actually was a lot easier, right? Well, should be review for you. That's why it's fast. Now that you're grown-ups in Algebra 2, we're going to show you another method how to solve these. We're going to solve by graphing, because you just learned how to graph the square root of x function, right? Exactly. We're going to do it the hard way. So, I'm going to call this function y1. This is the first function. No, that's an initial point. Okay, and then this is our second function, y sub 2 or y2 equals 2. Because y naught is an initial point in the problem. Okay, so I'm going to graph y equals 2 because that's easy. What is the graph of y equal 2? What's the graph of y equal 2? Straight across at the point 2. So here's y equal 2, and I have a horizontal line at y equal 2. Well, we got to graph the other line. We have to graph the square root of x. We all know how to do that. Hopefully we know how to do that in our heads now. We have to graph the square root of x. That's the parent function of the square root, correct? You remember what the 3 good points are for the parent function of the square root of x? Yes? No? It's my HK. 0, 0. Okay. What would be another good point to pick for x? What can we use? Well, it's a square. Yeah, 1, 1. If I choose 1 for x, the square root of x is, or the square root of 1 is 1. So 1, 1. Yeah, if you choose 4 for x, the square root of 4 is 2. So 4, 2 would be another one. So here's the graph of the square root of x. Now, if you don't remember the good points and how to graph the square root of x, what can you do? Put it in your calculators. Very good. Okay, what do you think? What do you think is the solution for our equation y equals the square root of x? Just by looking at the picture. See, nice little picture there. Do you see it? Do you see it? What's the solution? No solution. Just look at the picture. What do you think is the solution? 4. Okay. That would be a good point because that's where the 2 intersect. And of course, we're looking for the x value. Well, that point is 4, 2. The intersection point is 4, 2. So the x value is 4. Isn't that funner? Isn't that funner than doing it algebraically? It's so much more funner. Yes, ma'am. Oh, basically what I did was instead of using a calculator, I used my head. Okay. What you can do is put in the square root of x, right? And then graph it. This is what we just spent a few days on, right? And then I got my good points. 0, 0, 1, 1, 4, 2. This is all the calculator I need right there. Well, you have it, you just don't use it. All right, let's do number 2. Number 2, number 2, number 2, 2, 2, 2. Okay, here's my y1 function. And here's my y2 function. Y2 functions is easy to graph, right? Okay. Anybody know the line y equals x line? You go on for more math. What do you want? There's no cookie for you today. All right, so does anybody know how to graph the line y equals x? It's really an important line, especially in future math courses. Well, let's begin with the numbers. If I choose 1 for x, what do I get for y? 1. If I choose 0, 0 equals 0. 2, 2 equals 2. 3 equals 3. Negative 1 equals negative 1. Negative 2 equals negative 2. It's a line that diagonally cuts my graph. That's the y equals x line. It's used in a lot of reflections in college algebra, in calculus, and pre-calc. Huh? Okay, so that's y equals x. And now we need to graph y equals the square root of x plus 6. Now, you could put this in a calculator and get your good points, or you could use the brain. Okay, now, which way is this thing going to shift? Left 6. This is an easy one you can do in your head. Okay, and this is the parent function. So I'm just going to shift every point to the left 6. Okay, so to the left 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 4, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This should be negative 2, 2. And I'm going to graph that carefully. What do you think the solution is for this problem? X equals 3. Because this is the point 3, 3, and my x value for the intersection point is 3. Yes, ma'am. Y equals that. You can put that in your calculator and graph it too. Okay. Sometimes the calculator takes me a lot more time than my head. So y equals x, graph it, and there's my. Okay. Any other questions? And you could always graph, the other function too. In fact, you can put them in on the same graph. Okay. Square root of x plus 6. And then graph them together. And then you could actually use your calculator to get the intersection point. Yes, ma'am. Well, that intersection point, okay, they intersect at the point 3, 3. No, I'm using the x coordinate. Okay, remember it's x comma y. I'm using the x coordinate. This intersection was 4, 2, so I'm using the x coordinate as my. Okay. Questions? Any others? You ready? You ready? Let's do some more. Let's do some more. Let's do some more. Number 3. Hey, look at that. That's a cube root function. That's my first function to graph, or y1, y2. This is my second function to graph. Oh, I should do purple. Actually, the purple one's easier. Y equals -1. So here's -1 on my y-axis, and again, it's a horizontal line, right, 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 right. No, it's not your God, it's all of our gods. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So this is my y2. Okay, my other function, I have to graph the cube root of x minus 2. I'm going to put that sucker in a calculator because it's going to be a little more difficult. Did I really? I'm not on it today, am I? Hey, I found this in the back of the closet. I actually had to brush the dust off of it. Wow, I got all these nice shirts in the back of the closet. You understand how this works? I'm graphing the cube root. Everybody remember how to put the cube root in? Math for x minus 2. Graph it. Now, you don't have to write down the t-chart or anything, but we can get that right off the calculator. So I'm going to hit my table. Let's see. Let's get that outlier point here. Oh, there it is. -6, -2. You see it? Do you see it? Do you see it? Do you see it? -6, -2. I know, it's pretty dirty, huh? Okay, so -6, -2. What else we got? 1, -1. 1, -1. Ooh, it intersects there. 2, 0. 3, 1. And something tells me it might be off the graph. Oh, 10, 2. Just barely. So here's my cube root graph. Tuesday. We did not agree. We did not agree. All right, what do you think my solution is here? Okay, so they intersect at 1, -1. Okay, what's my x value of that ordered pair? 1. Okay, I'm going to do 2 more of these, so get ready for some more fun. Let's do number 4. Okay, here's my first function, y sub 1. Here's my second one, y2. Y2 we know how to graph, right? That's that y equals x line. Does anybody remember the cube root function? That's the parent function, right? Y equals the cube root of x. Do you remember the points? 0, 0, 1, 1, -1, -1, and then 8, 2, and -8, -2. If you don't believe me, you can put it in the calculator. Okay, what do you think my solution is? Anybody? Anybody? 0 is one of them. I did not hear you once. Honest God, I did not hear you once. I told you I was deaf and partially deaf. -1. What else? Anything else? Well, they intersect here, here, and here, and 1. Honest God, I didn't hear a word you said. Hey, you're here, no? Oh, I marked you absent. Wow, I marked a lot of people absent. I don't think so. I'm going to do one with asterisks. I'm going to see what's going on with the asterisks, right? Okay, so here's my Y1. Ooh, it's got a K on there. And then this is Y2. Y2 is easy, right? Pardon me? Well, you have to find the point of intersection. Well, that's a lot of work on a calculator. Really want me to do one on a calculator all the way? Okay. All right, y equals 0. What is the line y equals 0? Remember, it's horizontal. X-axis. That's y equals 0. Okay, let's graph the other one. This one I'm going to, I think it's a little more complicated, so put it in our calculators. So I have the square root of x minus 4 inside the radical. X minus 4. Close that off. That's inside the radical. And then outside the radical is our plus 3. Graph it. And there it is. Wow. That's impressive. What's our HK? That's right. 4, 3. 4, 3, because I know my HK in this. We just spent 3 days looking at that, right? So 4, 3. So 4, 3. Some good points. 5, 4. And then 8, 5. Good. Okay. Can you see my two functions, my two graphs? What's my solution? No solution. I bet you that's why it has asterisks. There's no point of intersection. Isn't that funner than doing this algebraically? Much more funner. Your homework or practice work. Let's see. So your practice work, this is, you did the 6.8 last night, correct? Oh, did I give you homework last night? Oh, well, you guys got a lot of homework to do. No, I gave you the homework for 6.8. I'm pretty sure I did. Oh, okay, if I didn't do it yesterday, I'm doing it today. This is 6.8 part 1. Yeah, I'm sure I did. Assigned, that was yesterday. What's yesterday say? 10/24? Okay, this is part 1. And then this is part 2, 6.8 part 2. And today's date is the 25th. according to Caleb. Do you guys want the answers to the last night's homework? So you can check your answers.